Welcome to the first Speechbox of 2015. I'm Jeremy Hirsch, and after this comment, I'm probably banned in North Korea. As we discussed kind of in the last show, I am going to be discussing the mid-season finales of the shows that we do discuss, namely, Gotham, Flash, Arrow, and Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I will kind of be ranking them going from, not necessarily best to worst, because obviously we watch these shows, we like these shows, but kind of from least impactful to most in terms of overall quality of the episode and then kind of what they lead to and deliver. So just kind of jump right in. Gotham is sort of going on the bottom of the totem. I'm still kind of watching this show evolve, and there's certainly a lot of things that we like and we watch for. The episode was kind of put in motion by Gotham's Harvey Dent, who's played by Nicholas D'Augusto, and his acting range on the show has been interesting. Maybe it's just he's settling into the character. Nicholas has been on TV, numerous times. He was on Heroes. He is in Masters of Sex. He was in Final Destination 5. I'm just waiting to see a little more from his Harvey Dent character. Obviously, this episode was kind of done and to show that he's a little bit two-faced. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. But basically, the whole plot thread was that he was trying to put pressure on the crime families, and that he had information who actually killed Martha and Thomas Wayne, that sent assassins after Selina Kyle, the witness who knew everything, who was conveniently staying at Wayne Manor. So you have assassins trying to kill Selina and Bruce. The main assassin is actually a well-known comic character, Copperhead, this time in a female form played by Leslie Ann Brandt. Copperhead is traditionally a male character. There is a precedence for this. Arkham Origins, I know a lot of people love that game. They use the female Copperhead as well, so there's precedence for this. It's not something that necessarily Gotham just, oh no, they're ruining canon and ruining our lives. Yeah, it's been done. There was some tender moments between Bruce and Selina. Bruce kind of got to see Gotham a little bit, and the vigilante who will roam Gotham rooftops kind of getting his start in here. The show is just, it's missing something for me. I don't know if it's just forcing early developments, but like Bruce met Ivy in this episode, a young Ivy hanging out at where all sort of the gruff and street urchin kids hang out in the show. And it's just, that's one of the problems I have, is are you really going to have Bruce meet his entire rogues gallery as children and grow up together as Batman fighting his villains? And that's just, I don't like seeing that sort of thing. Certain people may love it, they may love the interactions, but I don't want the show to go there and get too reliant on that. Also, an interesting development, a positive, is Jim Gordon, Bruce McKenzie's character, ends up, because of all the problems he's caused in Gotham PD, that he's been demoted to Arkham. So now Arkham is getting going to be a bigger point going forward in the show, and I do like that development. I think that's interesting. So there's certainly a lot to see in terms of Gotham. Going up the ranks, Arrow. I love Arrow. I've preached that constantly. Just getting up next because the first half of the season's been relatively flat to me. And Arrow has always kind of started out slow, and then they just go balls to the wall and ramp up. So I'm expecting big things. We got to see a lot more interaction with Matt Nable's Ra's al Ghul. And I think the first time we discussed his appearance on the show, he doesn't bring that race presence, but in that fight scene, it was a lot better. I still don't necessarily feel him as Ra's al Ghul, so to speak. I will say that he is wonderfully written, and he was just plenty menacing. And the end of that episode, yeah, spoilers. I'm going to throw this out there enough. Spoilers. Stabbing Oliver through the freaking chest with a sword and kicking him off a cliff is pretty badass. So we'll see where that goes. I'm excited to see, I think the next 3 or 4 episodes of Arrow coming back from this mid-season finale are going to feature more on the Star City heroes that are not Green Arrow. Will Colton Haynes' Arsenal step up? There's talk that, he'll obviously have a much more key role in the show, and Arsenal has really suffered from character development this season. So expect big things from Roy Harper. Katie Cassidy's Laurel Lance, she'll finally be Black Canary. There's been pictures going online of her in full costume. Hopefully Pat will insert that next to me when I'm talking about this, so you can kind of see that. There's a really cool picture, hopefully you see here, of Pat and Roy, of Roy and Laurel together in costume, and it looks really great. Pat looks good in costume too, but not for these purposes. Also, you have Ray Palmer, played by Brandon Routh, who's going to be the Atom. Hopefully we'll start to see more development out of him. We've seen the tech and the mock-ups and stuff, so hopefully he gets that full Atom suit, so that would be really, really cool to see. Like I said with Arrow, they build to that crescendo and then just go nuts. So I have high expectations for the rest of the season 3. I wanted to put this show as number 1. I couldn't do it in good conscience for what the number 1 spot has going for it. But a very, very close number 1 or second place in terms of best mid-season has got to go to The Flash. That show has been just top notch from beginning to end. Watching Grant Gustin is incredibly enjoyable. But one of the finer points is sort of what is the mystery and what is going on with Tom Cavanaugh's Harrison Wells character. And I love the mystery behind that. I love, who exactly is he? What is his intent? Comic book fans arguing on forums, exactly, is he a Bard Thawne? Or is he a Hunter Zolomon? Who is he meant to be? Is he a combination? And we also finally got our first not good look, but we first got to see heavy involvement from Reverse Flash, Professor Zoom, whatever iteration they're going with. We saw the man in the yellow suit, the tormentor of our titular Flash character, the man who killed Barry Allen's mother, and Barry finally gets to square off and be taunted, by this man in the yellow suit. And then the end reveal, since he didn't pull a mask back and he just had the suit, as of now, we'll just say that, it was revealed that Harrison Wells is Reverse Flash. He had the costume in his little secret compartment at Star Labs. So that is a huge reveal, and it's something that was heavily speculated that it was. But that episode had so much going for it, with this big villain reveal, with Barry finally telling Iris, that he, genuinely loves her, not just like his faux siblings, but, in the romantic way. And, it was a holiday episode that had awesome fight scenes and had that little romantic flavor to it as well. And then the end where we finally got a really, really good hint of things to come with Robbie Amell as Ronnie Raymond as Firestorm. So there's a lot to be excited about. The Flash has been, comic book fans' dream for a show. It's just, it brings in elements of everything. It brings in heart. It's just a wonderful show to watch. I had to give number 1, though, to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Just one of the main arcs in S.H.I.E.L.D. has been Skye's past. Who exactly is she? We knew Skye was just a red herring in terms of a name, that she, was something to the Marvel universe instead of, necessarily a made-up character. It had been, this season in particular, has been building towards, S.H.I.E.L.D. and Hydra sort of going for this obelisk, this potential weapon against humanity, and, what are the ramifications of that? They found a lost city and just everything coming to a head. And the reveal is, the obelisk seemed to hide the Terrigen Mist, which, if you're familiar with the Inhumans, sort of, releases power on people. They touched a little bit on Kree experimentation with humans, and just the reveal that Skye is actually Daisy Johnson or Quake. It's pretty big. And then at the end, the teasing of the Inhumans logo, that we're going to get more, with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. One of the critiques or potential complaints that you can get is, with DC, they want to keep everything separate, but Marvel wanted a show that ties into its main universe. Would the show always be tethered and at the beck and call of the films, or would the show get to lead the way in anything? Would it be universe building and something major drop within the show itself? So the implications are huge, and just everything in terms of revolving around Chloe Bennett's character Skye, or Daisy Johnson now that we know, is awesome. And being introduced to her father, played by the wonderful Kyle MacLachlan, who I've actually seen in How I Met Your Mother, but that dynamic this season has been really interesting, and now going forward, understanding that they're building towards the Inhumans is huge. So it's Marvel's ball to drop, but that was a great season finale. So like I said, toss up really between that and Flash, but we've had more time with the S.H.I.E.L.D. characters, and those stories have been enveloped and captivating us to watch for now a season and a half. So the payoff was well worth. Next week, hoping to do a little bit in terms of previews for some of the new shows coming out, like Supergirl, Daredevil, Krypton. We'll talk about that a little bit. Please subscribe to the channel. And in the description, we'll have the links to the Facebook, Twitter as well for you guys to like and follow as well. Closing Broment of the week actually is going to go to a brosket. I talked a little bit on Twitter to Cassidy Alexa, who had the cameo role as I think she was like deranged prisoner number 3, but it was a clear nod to Harley Quinn on Arrow, and need to get in touch with her agency, but I hope to in the near future be getting an interview, and so we'll be able to share that with you guys. There's some cons and stuff that Pat, Sam, and I are going to be going to try and get you some content from that, and just anything that you guys want to see, or anybody you want me to try and talk to, or anything you want me to do, just comment down below, and we'll try and take care of it best we can. Again, happy 2015, and always be a fan.